Alright, this is like take 47 for PMC Season 4 draft analysis. It's really great, like Greninjas. I'm gonna try to make this as quick and painless as possible. I like our draft, it's pretty cool. We got 4 out of 16 for the draft pick. So, it's like kind of the wheel. It's near the wheel, but it's not exactly the wheel. So, that's cool. I'm gonna try to say anyway about 5 times in this video and not 30 times, because for some reason I've been saying anyway like a ton lately. It's crazy. So here we are. My first pick. I guess I'll get right into it. By the way, I didn't even really make a draft plan because I did make this layout, so you're welcome. But I didn't really make a draft plan because I wasn't going to, and then the draft like started like a week earlier than it should have, or maybe it wasn't a whole week, but like it was supposed to start in August, and it started in like July 25th or something. So it was crazy, and I was on my way to a restaurant because I was at the beach for vacation, and sorry if you can hear my brother in the background. He's an idiot. Freaking whatever. Anyway, so yeah, I've already said it once, so I didn't really plan for anything, and I checked my phone. I'm like, oh, I got a draft now. I didn't know we were drafting. Whatever. So I got Jirachi. Jirachi's cool. It has Serene Grace, so that gives it the ability to flinch with Iron Head 60% of the time, because it's gonna double after effects, like double effective moves. So Iron Head usually has a 30% chance to flinch. Now it has a 60% chance to flinch. So basically, if I outspeed my opponent's entire team, and I just Iron Head, and I flinch everything and win, he can't complain because it's a 60% chance. I can complain if it doesn't flinch. That's kind of hacks against me because it has a 60% chance, has a more likely chance to flinch than to not flinch. That's how cool Jirachi is. Now it does get Stealth Rocks, does get U-turn, does get some cool card. I think it gets all the punches, and not just Iron Head. Meteor Mash has a 40% chance to raise my attack. That's cool. Zen Headbutt has a 10% chance, no, 20% chance to flinch, which isn't a lot, but that's okay. Zen Headbutt's not very flinch worthy anyway. This thing gets Draco Meteor. Who knew that? I didn't know that. Doom Desires is its special signature move. It's basically like Future Sight, so it's never used. Next up, I got Tapu Koko. It's second round doozy. I didn't really expect to get this, but luckily I did. It's a very fast, good revenge killer. Base 130 speed, base 115 attack. Only problem with that base 115 attack is that it's usually not used, or it's often not used. I wouldn't say usually, because some people are on like U-turn, Volt Switch, and U-turn. We get both of those. That's nice. We get Nature's Madness, obviously, which could be helpful. We get Taunt and Roost, so that could be nice. We get oh, by the way, this is my only Z-move future. Last season, everyone got 3, so now we only have 1. So I kind of had to pick instead of just doing my 3 offensive lines. But yeah, Tapu Koko, very fast. Again, like with the attack stat, base 115 attack, but usually, offensive electric types are special. Even Electivire is usually special because it can Volt Switch. No one wants to go for Wild Charge. No one wants to take Recoil with a 90 power move. That's just terrible. I used to think Wild Charge was good in like 5th gen. Then I realized it only has 90 power. Get that shit out of my face. So yeah, I might use it from time to time, the physical variant. It gets Brave Bird, that's cool. Doesn't get Play Rough though. Neither does. If Bulu got Play Rough, it would be so much better. But Bulu's literally Stone Edge and Woodhammer. And Horror Leech, maybe. Next up was Gliscor. We got Gliscor with the U-turn potential. We have U-turn Jirachi, Volt Switch, and U-turn Tapu Koko, and U-turn Gliscor. We have so much initiative, okay? We can just initiate the momentum. Gliscor's cool. A lot of people just think of it as a bulky defensive stall shit thing, but it's really not. It can be that, definitely. It gets Taunt. It gets a lot of different coverage ranges, actually. It gets like Poison Jab and like I said, U-turn, and it gets Stealth Rocks, which is nice. So Jirachi's probably not going to run Stealth Rocks a lot, so Gliscor can fill that void. Now we do get Defog on this. Granted, we cannot run Poison Heal with Defog, because Defog is like a 4th gen tutor move or something like that. I think that's how it works. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, if we do run Defog, we won't run Poison Heal, but most of the time we're going to be running Poison Heal. Because you know what? Poison Heal is a good ability. You can put the Toxic Orb on this thing, or just not. Predict a Toxic onto one of your defensive mods or whatever, and then bring in Gliscor, get the Poison Heal, and then you have, like, if you bring Leftovers and Poison Heal, and you get Toxic, that's a lot of recovery. That's a lot of... You don't even need Roost. It's like 18% recovery each turn. That's ridiculous. Stop. So Gliscor's cool. It could also be nice off. It does get Phantombass and like agility and SD and stuff like that. Who knows? Probably not going to use that much, but you never know. Next up is Mega Sceptile. I don't think Mega Sceptile should have gone 4th round. I think that was a mistake on my part. Basically, it was at the end. It was like really late for me. I was going to bed. I had to get up early because I wanted to go like to the beach like really early. So I'm like basically, alright, I'm gonna DM Verd, and he's gonna get me Mega Sceptile and the next mod. I couldn't really see anything else I really wanted on this team. So I knew I wanted Mega Sceptile. I know that it's another 4 times Ice Weakness with Gliscor, but you know, we're just here to have fun. Hidden Power Ice is gonna be on like everything. I literally want to count the amount of times Hidden Power Ice goes off in this season. That would be mad. So yeah, Mega Sceptile. It's very fast. It's very strong. Dragon Pulse, Focus Blast for those pesky Steel types, and Drain Punch. So if we want to run like an ST physical variant, we could do that. Dual Chop to break any potential Focus Sashes or Sturdies or whatever. Actually, no, never mind. You know what? Everything in the game that gets sturdy, can probably live with Dual Chop from full anyway. Like Fortress, Skarmory, maybe Sawk can't, but I'd be surprised if it can't live a Dual Chop. Maybe for a +2, but yeah, who knows. Anyway, we got Mega Sceptile here. It's very strong. It completes my Fairy Dragon Steel Core. Moving on, our other pick was Salazzle. Now, I don't really know why I got Salazzle. I kind of want to use it. I kind of want to try it out. Got some nice speed, base 118. Base like 111 special attacks. Got really weird stats. It's very frail. Gets cool things like Fake Out and Knock Off, and I think it gets Taunt too. It does get Nasty Plot, so you know, we could go Nasty Plot, Sludge Wave, Flamethrower, Flamethrower, and like Hidden Power something for a Rock type or whatever. Because Rock type does wall this thing. However, that's okay because we could run a Hidden Power move. This thing might get a Grass type move. I feel like it does, but I could be mistaken. Regardless. Yeah, Salazzle's cool. Hopefully we can use it well. Hopefully it'll prove to be a good thing. I mean, you know, it's not the most powerful, most potent thing in the world, but I'm put in the right situation. It's very devastating after a Nasty Plot, and it's very fast and hard to take down, definitely. Actually, it's not. It's actually really frail. But anyway, next up is Blastoise. Very basic Pokemon. I basically grabbed things that I thought looked cool with great designs. You know, if you look, everything on my team right now, except for Blastoise, looks pretty damn cool. You know, Jirachi is a god. Scorpion thing, Drapion, Gliscor. I think I mean I like his design. Tapu Koko is amazing. Salazzle's amazing. Except I got Blastoise because of Rapid Spin. It's a tier 3. It's pretty bulky. I wanted some more bulk on this team. I wanted to have a reliable ice switching because Salazzle is not a reliable ice switching. Maybe it is. Who knows? Maybe he's a Vindalux or something. Blastoise gets some cool coverage moves. Gets like Roar. I don't know if it gets Dragon Tail. That's a potential, but it gets EQ. Who knew that? No one. Aqua Jet, Scald, Ice Beam, Aura Sphere, Dragon Pulse, Dark Pulse. Gets all those cool moves. That's why it's a Mega Pokemon. That's why it has Mega Launcher as its ability when it Mega Evolves. Because it has a lot of moves. I don't know why I'm talking in that annoying tone, but that's alright. Very bulky. Good Rapid Spinner. Solid. If a Ghost type wants to switch in, you know, we have the answers. I don't want to reveal a lot too much about this, about my mods, because like, then people are going to know what I'm going to do, and that's not fun. It's not fun at all. We got Blastoise here. Very bulky. Hopefully we can put in the work with it. Next up is Porygon 2. Now, I'm going to start grabbing some bulk here, because last season, my mistake was trading away Uxie to get Dodrio. That was an issue. Okay, that was a problem. I got Necrozma. but Necrozma is not as bulky as Uxie, and Uxie gets more coverage moves, so it's better to take down offensive things. So yeah, I lost Uxie, and then from there on out, I just really did not have too much to deal with things. I had Whimsicott, and that's pretty much it. I couldn't really handle offensive threats. I just had to out offense them, which didn't work a lot. A lot of times that did not put in the work. We have Porygon 2 here though, so that's nice. It's very bulky. It's so bulky. I mean, honestly, anything that doesn't have Toxic or Fighting, or anything that isn't a Fighting type, and anything that does not have Toxic, is great for Porygon 2, and is great bait, mate. Because Porygon 2, if I can see a Psychic, or if I can see a Toxic coming, I could switch into Gliscor, get the Poison Heal, proceed to sweep. I don't know how I'm gonna sweep, but I'm going to. Don't worry. I'm gonna sweep with something on this team. I swear. There's so much setup. There's so much setup. Porygon 2 is cool. Hopefully we can work with it. It's actually got like a good amount of special attack stats, so it's kind of hard to set up on it, because Tri Attack with Stab, and it has a chance to status things. That could be really, really good. Hopefully it works out. Porygon 2, here we are. Gets our cover. It's just a piece of shit. In a good way. Next up is Golbat. Golbat's a defogger, which is nice. Again, okay, it's another flying type and another poison type, but I really want it. It's a tier 4, and I thought that I wanted another defogger, because if I don't count Gliscor, I mean, I could run like Hyper Cutter Gliscor maybe, or Sandvale if my opponent has like a sand team, but I don't really know if that's going to be advantageous, okay? Whereas Golbat can just defog whenever he so pleases. I actually had the Eviolite Core, Porygon 2, and Golbat in the FBL, and that league I won. I dominated that league. That was hilarious. Golbat's really good. We're gonna try to work with it. It's got Roost, it's got Taunt, it's got Nasty Plot. I'm never gonna run Nasty Plot, but it's got it. Super Fang is cool for maybe like if I got like Taunt Super Fang, that could be a nice stall break, I guess. We also can't miss a Toxic, because we are Poison type, so all Poison types can't miss Toxic. By the way, Salazzle's ability, Corrosion, that's really cool. If it got Toxic Spikes, that'll be so cool, but it doesn't, so it never misses. It will always hit a Toxic on something, no matter what. If it's a Steel type and a Poison type, it does not matter because of its ability, Corrosion, which is really unique. It's a really cool ability, you know. Unless something like Protects or Substitutes or whatever, you're good. You can Toxic something. And Toxic is one of the most important moves to have on your team in the game. You need to be able to beat some things that you can't beat directly. You need to be able to Toxic them. For example, Gastrodon. Gastrodon is annoying. Anyway, back to the team. We have Golbat. Brave Bird is a possibility. That's like it. And then everything else, I mean, we can taunt things that are trying to set up, maybe. It's just very bulky. Honestly, it can take hits very well. And with the Roost on this thing and the Recover on Porygon 2, it's gonna be really good. We also have Roost on Gliscor, again, like I said. And I think this thing is good with Porygon, because if there's a fighting type, obviously they're probably gonna have Ice Punch, or probably Ice Punch over Stone Edge against my team. It just looks better. But I mean, Golbat should still be able, even if they predict that, and I'm like physically defensive Golbat, I should still be able to take that very well. And then I can just Brave Bird. And Brave Bird's doing a lot to a fighting type. Doesn't matter what fighting type it is. It's doing a lot. Unless it's like something that's neutral. That'll be annoying. Is there any... there's gotta be one fighting type that is neutral to flying. Yeah. No, I can't think. Next up, we got Lycanroc Day. Sorry guys, I just took a nap. And I'm quite tipsy. I'm kidding. I'm not tipsy. I'm just... Ugh. Alright. Lycanroc Day is a good stealth rocker. I've used this thing on the ladder a few times. It's a good like lead, taunt, focus sash, stealth rocker. I don't know why I said that in that order, but whatever. Unfortunately, its ability is Keen Eye, and that's really bad. It does get Steadfast, so that could be nice, and it does get Sand Rush, but it's fast enough, so I don't really think those things are useful. It does get Swords Dance, so that's cool. Did I say that? I don't think so. But, you know, I mean, Lycanroc is just cool. I like its design. I really want to try, because I drafted it last season, and then we had to redraft because like none of the megas were out. So, you know, I didn't get to use it at all, but hopefully we can put in the work with it. That would be cool. Next up is Scrafty. My last two picks, it's kind of funny. I DM'd Tyler, and I told him I wanted Excelgor and Passimian. Then he's like, "Oh, I know someone else who wants those two as well, like those both of them." So I'm like, "Oh, well, crap." It was like one more pick until it was my turn again. So I'm like, all right, let me just think about it. I know I'm gonna get one of them, but I'm not gonna get two of them. I can either get Excelgor or Passimian. Obviously, I did not get Passimian, and I did not get Excelgor either because Scrafty is not a tier 5; it's a tier 4. So, and Excelgor is obviously a tier 4. So, seeing Scrafty on the screen prompts you to know we didn't get either of them. I don't know. I just want to try something out. I realized that if I got Excelgor and Passimian, which I was gonna get one of them. I really didn't. I was missing a dark type and a ghost type at this point. So I really wanted to get Scrafty, which is a dark fighting type, and then get a ghost type for tier 5. So Scrafty's nice. I haven't used it. When I say I haven't used it in a draft analysis, I mean I haven't used it in draft league format. I haven't used Jirachi, Gliscor, Tapu Koko, Lycanroc, Scrafty, um, Blastoise, and Salazzle. I've used none of those in draft format. So um, you know, it's cool. I want to try things out. There's just so many freaking Pokemon. It's it's really hard to use all of them. That would be an accomplishment. Would it be? I don't know if it would be an accomplishment. It would be a bad accomplishment because you're on this game too much. I'm not though. It's fine. Scrafty, Dragon Dance, Intimidate, Drain Punch, Ice Punch, Poison Jab, Iron Head, stuff like Bulk Up. That's cool. Got a pretty weak defensive typing, honestly. 4 times weak to Fairy, weak to Fighting, weak to Flying. That's like it. But I mean, it doesn't really resist that much. To be fair, it's kind of blunt. Other than like Dark types and Ghost types and Psychic types, that's it. Maybe they're and Rock types. Never mind. It's a pretty good defensive typing. Scrafty's cool. I want to try to use it well, so that's cool. Last but not least, we have Dusclops. Dusclops cool. I was talking to Tank from the ISC, which was a while ago. The ISC was a while ago. But yeah, Dusclops, EVLite user. I don't think I've ever used Dusclops in draft. I could be mistaken, but it does get pain split. It's very well. We have 3 EVLite users on this team. Hide me. I'm gonna get slaughtered. Criminy Christmas. Yeah, Will-O-Wisp is cool. Shadow Sneak. It's got some good, cool coverage. But I was gonna go Dusknoir because Dusknoir is not as passive as this thing. Because if someone sets up a sub, that's bad. And Dusknoir is much more powerful than Dusclops. However, I'm pretty sure Dusclops can hold its own. Hopefully it can. Who knows? Should be fine. So, you know, it's got Shadow Sneak. It gets Pain Split, which is really good actually. Pain Split is really good on this thing because it has 40 base HP. That's really bad. So it's gonna be taking more HP from people. You know, just imagine if I'm at full health and Blissy's at full health and I go for Pain Split. I'm doing a lot of damage. That's a lot of HP. So yeah, that's the draft analysis. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is still almost 20 minutes. I tried to make this as like blunt as possible, but that did not work. It did not work. Thank you guys for watching. We can only go up against Mastodon. That should be a fun game. Who knows? So stay tuned for that. Definitely next week should be the battle. So yeah, PMC baby is back and in business. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.